Well, hello and welcome to this special 4th of July week special episode of On Deck with Avoya, your weekly travel update. I'm Chris Greene, Director of Network Expansion for Avoya Travel and your host. And I hope you're having a wonderful week celebrating America and your family and all the good things like that. And we appreciate your time for tuning in today. We have a special show because we're focused 100% today on early success as our great friend Laura Burk, Senior Manager of Avoya Early Success Program, joins us for our exclusive Avoya Insider segment today. We figured it was a great time for a mid-year checkup with our friends from Early Success because the second half of the year has its own unique challenges and potential rewards. And how you tackle those challenges, how you set up your best practices will be major factors in your success. And we want to make sure you're on target for having an amazing second half of 2023. Or if you're new to the industry, you get a basic understanding of kind of what makes this time of the year a little bit different. Because we're taping our show in advance, we're not going to have our eye on the industry feature today, but we will make sure we touch base on our current promotions, travel agent education, elite resources available exclusively to those in the Avoya Network, our social media, and our contact information, because our whole purpose is to engage with you and to tell our story. So let's kick it off this week's episode of On Deck with Avoya, your weekly travel update, as we jump right into our weekly Q&A feature. We love having this week's guest join us. I think this is Laura's third or maybe fourth spin in the hot seat, but she always brings the goods. So we keep inviting her back with open arms. She has great information. She's just wonderful in sharing. So please help me in welcoming Laura Burk, Senior Manager of Avoya Early Success Program. Great to have you back on the show, Laura.
Thanks, Chris. I love doing this with you. Our program is in constant growth and development, and we've had some amazing results this year. And so, yes, checking in mid-year is super important today. I've got some great things to share.
Awesome. Hey, real quick, for those that may have missed the previous times you've been on the show, can you give us a quick backstory on your history as a travel professional and how you came to hold your current title with Avoya?
Absolutely. So my in-laws were IAs with Avoya way back in the day, and I loved, just how much they loved Avoya, and I was very interested. And back in that time, you had to actually have some sales to come in. You couldn't come in as a newbie with no sales. And so I did my time with another host agency getting my sales, and then I came over to Avoya, and it's amazing. I spent a year with another host agency and only managed to do $125,000 in gross sales. And when I came to Avoya with all the amazing resources that we have here at Avoya, the live resources, the PDF resources, the video resources, I was able to actually do more in 3 weeks with Avoya than I did the previous year with my host agency. And I love all the resources that Avoya has available. And that's actually why I'm sitting here today, because within 6-8 months, I fell in love with Agent Power. I fell in love with all the resources, and I have a coaching background. And so when I was invited to come and join the side of the team, open arms. So I've been with Avoya now for 10 years, and I am been with the mastermind program. Then I went and spent 7 years with our wonderful Avoya University team. And then I have had the opportunity for the past 2 years to lead my own program. It is called Early Success, and it's pretty much what we do for these independent agencies. So that's my story. That's how, what's led me here, and absolutely proud to be part of the Avoya family.
Laura, so we have a proper foundation for our discussion. Tell me the purpose of Early Success in kind of a broad overview kind of way, and what some of the main objectives of that are with that specific resource.
So I think it's important to bring that year that I spent with another host agency into the picture, because in that year I had to figure it out on my own. And as a new person in a new industry, doing a whole new type of career. I was a swim coach, aquatics director before. Coming into travel was quite different, and having to try and figure it out on my own took a lot of time and effort. And so the premise of our program is to help new independent agencies, to help guide them through, the ups, the downs, the roadblocks, the questions. And so we're kind of the relationship people in this. We've got our a team with network enrichment, helping us, get a solid foundation for people using our platform, Agent Power. And then we have our brand sales team it's going to help our independent agencies, especially our new independent agencies, be able to sell the product. And our department is about setting your business up with business systems that help bring success for you and help to develop the business of selling you. Because that's the thing with travel. We don't sell prices. We sell value, we sell relationships, we sell experiences. And so that's what our team is going to help our new independent agencies learn how to do, and how to blend everything from agent power to the sales process to the selling process and beyond.
Absolutely. I mean, the thing is that everybody in the Avoya network is an independent affiliate, independent agency owner. So there's nothing that's mandatory. All of these programs like Early Success that Laura oversees, these are optional programs. But Laura, why do you think if I'm an agency owner, I'm new in the network, I should want this, I should crave it, and I really do need to participate in a program like Early Success, right?
Absolutely. For me, and I was an elite athlete. I was a swimmer growing up. I was part of our U.S. national team, and I went to practice every day, and I did my drills and I did my skills, and I even had coaches afterwards to help me with the very specific parts of my races and my development as an athlete. And I think you can really bridge the gap there. It's the same thing here. If you really want to be great at what you do, you have to learn. So it's not about, getting into our network and just starting to claim leads and there you go. There's a lot of learning, and we're here to help guide that process. If you were to go out into the real world, right, and try and actually have this kind of coaching, the resources and everything that we offer with our program, you would pay a lot of money. And this is something that comes with your affiliation. It's totally optional, like Chris said, but it's there and available. And if you really don't know what it is you're doing, you might think you do. Trust me. I was like, oh, I know what I'm doing. I've traveled the world. And when I actually got into the selling process, I knew, this is different. There are buyers' expectations. There are sellers' expectations. There's reality. There is perception, and they don't always align. So kind of helping to walk people through that and to do it in bite-sized pieces. And that's what our program does, is it drills down into the smallest of details. We really focus on your why, what's your purpose, why are you doing what you're doing, and how do you leverage success with everything that you have available to you.
Laura, is it fair to say that Early Success is a key differentiator for Avoya Travel and those in the Avoya network from its competitors, and maybe part of the reason why we can say with such pride words like best in class?
Absolutely. So, and this is what I'm proud of this year with our program, is the results that we're having. For our program, we expect our independent agencies, the average independent agencies, we know that there are people out there that are trying to work full-time jobs, part-time jobs, have families, carpools, dance class, all of that. And so there's a lot to juggle. Time is the one thing that we all have in common. We can't make more of it. And so we know that time is scarce. So when we first started with this program, our goal was to get our independent agencies to their first live lead booking within 60 days. We're at 30 days now. And most of our independent agencies that are having success with Avoya Live Leads are having success within the first 30. There's another milestone that we measure as well, obviously the first 20K. So once you make $20,000 in sales and you have a live lead booking, you're able to branch out into other specialties. So you get to start to really develop your agency as to what it is you want to specialize in and claim Avoya Live Leads. And so we're seeing an uptick in that. The end of our program, Avoya considers success at $150,000. If you reach $150,000 in sales, it is highly likely that your business systems are in full swing. You're having good success with that. You're able to kind of fly from there. We kind of push you from the nest. We have multiple agencies right now that are hitting over $1 million in their first year. And it is just absolutely, right now I've got one, I just so amazed. What I love about him is he has come in and he just is like a sponge. He attends everything, not just attend to be there, but he attends, participates. That active participation is important. He started February 1st. At June 19th, he had done over $1 million in sales.
Wow.
And he's on track to hit 2 million this year. I'm like just blown away. He does definitely have that it factor, but he's also putting in the work. He didn't just jump in and claim a whole bunch of leads. He came out of Avoya University, very interested in our program, took the time to learn how, interacting with leads and putting systems in place would help position him to actually work his leads better when he started to claim them. So he did come out with a little bit of a pause, put the right systems in place, and honestly, I don't even know what else to say. It's just pretty remarkable.
It is. And it reminds me of a previous conversation that you and I have had where we talked about the importance about, it's not just about ticking the boxes. It's not about going down your checklist and saying, okay, I finished the checklist. My day is done. I'm going to go hang out at the pool, right? It's about doing something productive as you check the box. Why did you check that box?
Why are you doing what you're doing? What is your purpose? Are you paying attention to the results? I had an IA this week. She's like, I had a great conversation with the lead and I felt like he was going to book. And then he just ghosted me. What did I do wrong? And I'm like, that's the perfect question to ask. You felt like you had him up to the point. And if you pause and say, okay, what didn't I do? And oftentimes, and I learned this early, we forget to ask for the sale. Like the person doesn't know that the next step is to give you their credit card. We have to actually prompt them to do it that way. And so it is important to understand the whys of what you're doing. That I feel the same way. And of course, I spent 7 years with the Avoya University team. So I feel that way with Avoya University. Take the time to learn and understand the program, because if you rush through it and you rush through to get to the leads, you can make mistakes, and mistakes in this industry can be costly. So you really do want to take the time to set the foundation for success by putting the right things in place. So if it's worth doing, it's worth doing right. Do it right the first time. And that's what we hope to accomplish here.
Great advice. So here we are, Laura. We're already in the back half of 2023. The year just zipping by. But what are some key things that maybe a new agency owner, maybe I just finished up my first wave season. What are some things I should be thinking about to have a second half of the year that's just as successful?
Well, it's funny that you asked that question, because my team just this past week, obviously we're at the end of Q2, we're about to roll into Q3. This is the perfect time to take your temperature. Where are you with your agency? What are your numbers? What are your goals? What systems are working? What systems do you think you need to polish and shine? So we just got in touch with each of our sales development coaches. So I just want to preface this. When you go through our program, after you've attended the first 3 sessions, you are assigned a personal sales development coach, and you're able to do one-on-one sessions with us. So all of us, the sales development coaches, this week reached out and said, Q2 is ending, Q3 is on its way. Here are your sales right now. And here's what we think you could work on. And because of the way the seasons ebb and flow in the travel industry, this is a really great time to do professional development. It's not a busy season for selling. It'll probably pick back up when we get to the world's largest cruise sale in October, right? CLIA launches that. And then the second wave will hit. So these next few months, yes, you can still sell, but this is a really great time to focus on what did you do last season? Did it pan out for you? Do you need to learn more? Do you want to switch specialties? If you want to switch specialties, it's time to do the vendor certification and education piece there and really just polish and shine. Because once second wave rolls around, second wave rolls into 2024 wave, and there's a full 6 months or so of just, going to the wall with your leads and your sales. So this is the time to polish and shine.
Laura Burk, Senior Manager of Avoya Early Success Program, is our featured Avoya Insider guest today. Laura, let's talk about results for a moment. I guess you kind of did a second ago, but I think it's vital to connect the dots from the effort one puts into something and the results they generate. So talk to me a little bit about that engagement in early success in our program and how that's translated into great success for some of our newer affiliates. I know you just had one example.
Yeah, so one of the things we did this year early was we had our Avoya boot camp, and our boot camp, it was on Holland America, great partner, Avoya partner, and it was 78% of the attendance to that particular event was early success. And what I thought was really cool with that event is all the networking relationships that these people built. They help each other and, cheer each other on. The land forum, the Avoya Travel land forum, was just last week, and I believe there was a high participation there. But those same people that were on the immersion boot camp or on the boot camp were there. They took pictures, they networked. They're great ambassadors for what it is that we do. Like I told you before, we've gone from a 60-day window for that first Avoya Live Lead booking to a 30-day window for that first Avoya Live Lead booking. Another goal of ours is to have over 50% of the independent agencies who come out of Avoya University to actually actively engage with our program. And that number was high last year. This year, we're going to adjust the goal and move it up because we are having more participation. And what we are finding is the people who are actively participating, they're implementing and engaged, are actually having more success. And they're working smarter, not harder. They're taking less leads and closing more business. And so I think that's important to know that, yes, you can come in, you can claim a lot of leads, you can throw pasta at the wall and hope that it sticks and be successful, but it can be a lot of hard work. Whereas you can also take a step, put the right things in place and do a better business and have better results.
Because ultimately, right, Laura, long-term success comes from getting the little things done right, like making sure you have the right kind of best practices in place that act as your foundation for that future success, right?
Mm-hmm. Another thing, my past life, I was worked for Pulte Home Corporation. I was in the home building industry, and I liken it to that walkthrough, right? People come in and they are starting to build a house from the ground up. And at the various stages, they meet with their project manager, I'll say our sales development coaches, and they take a look at what's going on in the house. They, have us fix things, and we fix things and make sure that by the time we get to the total package, that everything is in the right place, that everything is there with quality and will yield success for years to come. And that's what we're looking for. It doesn't matter if you're successful out of the gate, you might get lucky. And if you put the right systems in place, you'll be in business for a long period of time, and you're going to build upon that.
Laura, having spent so much time in the travel industry and you're certainly passionate about helping new agencies succeed, tell me a few traits that you've noticed percolate time and again that great agents have.
So great agents have great questions. They also have great initiative and want to learn things on their own. And so they come in and they go out and they look, they Google things, they do the vendor certifications, they participate in the professional development, not only through Avoya, but through our wonderful industry partners as well. And they ask why. Like for me in the newbies, I kind of compare them to a 3-year-old, right? They're constantly asking the question, why? And with every why, they learn something new and they add that to the portfolio and just continue to build on that. So that's one of the great traits, I think, are just, taking responsibility for your success and your learning and your development. And more importantly, utilizing the resource that is early success. I think that breaks my heart more than anything when I'm like, we have an agency and they're struggling. I'm like, well, they've never participated. They've never engaged with us. And so, Steve Hershan will send that. Can you get with this person? I'm like, We've tried, right? So we can chase after people all we want to, but the people who are having success are the ones who are coming to us. And like I said, sponge, be that 3-year-old, ask the question why, and just absorb anything and everything you can.
I always liken the Avoya business model to kind of that old question from years ago when I was in math class, and train A is leaving Albuquerque at such and such time, and train B, and one of them is your agency, and one of them is Avoya Travel. But if we're not constantly trying to move in each other's direction, we're never going to be able to meet in the middle and really have that happen. Laura, any bits of advice that you would offer to somebody who's maybe watching our show, who's just thinking about getting into the travel industry, good, bad, or otherwise?
Do it, and do it now. Right now is the perfect time to get in. If you have to go through the education platform, get through that, get through the Avoya University section of it. This is the time that you'll have to actually prepare for getting into the industry. When the leads start popping, the second wave comes, and along with first wave, do it now. This is the right time and the right opportunity. And there's no one better. I'm sorry. I love Avoya. There's no one better in this business than what it is that we do.
Yeah, it's a great business to be in, and we're certainly proud of our track record. And I think the fact that Avoya doesn't sell travel to the public, only our affiliates do, makes it a lot easier on our side too, because we always know that, well, how we're buttering our bread and how they're buttering their bread, and it works out really great for the two of us.
Shared success.
Yeah,
right.
Absolutely.
Shared success model.
For sure. Any fun personal travel on the horizon, Laura, that you're excited about?
I'm really excited about the conference, the Avoya Travel Conference coming up at the end of September. Our boot camp last year was on the same ship, same itinerary, same time. So I'm looking forward to going back and doing that again. But as far as other travel, not until December. I'm going to take a wonderful celebrity cruise, 10 days to the Southern Caribbean, and I'm going to be in the retreat. So.
Nice. I love that itinerary too. It's one of my favorite cruises too. All right, Laura, here we are at the last question. We've asked you before, any changes in your positive stance on the future of leisure travel?
Oh my goodness. Travel right now is booming. It's a great industry to be in. It amazes me the number of IAs that we, go to help assist with certain ships and sail dates and stuff, and just looking at how far out things are selling out. So, I mean, if that's not an indication that travel's back, I don't know what is. It's a good problem to have, and it's a great industry to be in. Lots of fun, lots of opportunities, and there's no place better than the family of Avoya.
Laura Burk, everyone, Senior Manager of Avoya Early Success Program for Avoya Travel. Laura, thanks a million for always being a great guest. We love your energy, love your passion, and you're certainly welcome back anytime.
Thanks, Chris. Glad to be here.
Absolutely glad to have you. Next week, Senior Vice President of Marketing, Sam McCulley, joins us for an exclusive Avoya Insider look at the year that is so far. We'll look at the back half of 2023. We'll get some projections on the future, how Avoya Travel and its amazing marketing assets continue to help the Avoya Network achieve amazing results. That's Thursday, right here for On Deck with Avoya. Let's touch base about promotions here really quick. There's two that I want to highlight. There's a new promotion from our network enrichment team. We heard from Laura that 30-day window. There's a reason why this is a 30-day window too, right? For new affiliates that join the network after June 1st, there's some criteria as far as completing Avoya University, claiming and closing your first lead, but bonus commission. So reach out to avoyanetwork.com, get in touch with a network expansion specialist. They're more than happy to give you details. And then once you're part of the network, they'll certainly fill you in on everything there as well. Our ongoing and wonderful promotion for our veteran community, whether you're active or retired, the actual person or their spouse, we've got $100 off the affiliation fee. Again, avoyanetwork.com is the place to get all that information. My team more than happy to go over details about that. Laura said it very well. Education is the key. We have an amazing travel agent education powered by Avoya. It is seeing amazing results. The people coming through that program are selling more. They're closing at a higher percentage. They're having less customer service issues. And they get those bonus commissions from CLIA for having participated in the program. Again, avoyanetwork.com. Get all the details if you're new to the industry about travel agent education powered by Avoya. Education is the key. Take that first step to being part of this amazing and dynamic industry. And then when you do and you affiliate with Avoya Travel, you'll have access to these amazing resources that really help you set free yourself in this professional freedom where you can work anywhere, you can travel everywhere. Agent Power, available anywhere, anyplace, anytime. It's an online-based portal. It's our amazing CRM. It does so much. Our live leads, the marketing assets, the support, professional development. You work with a team like Laura and her full team, sales coaching, business coaching, all of those amazing things. So make sure you reach out and get those details at avoyanetwork.com. And of course, while you're out there, give us a follow, will you, on our social media at Avoya Travel Network, whether it's Facebook or LinkedIn or YouTube. Subscribe, get notified, watch our weekly episodes, watch all of the other videos that come from our trade marketing team. You'll be informed, and it'll just give you a better basis for when you reach out and you ask your questions. And we do want you to reach out, and the place to do so is avoyanetwork.com. Or you can email me, chris.greene@avoyatravel.com, or just give me a call. But avoyanetwork.com is where really a wealth of information is, and you'll just get all the details that you need to get the affiliation started. A big thank you again to Laura Burk from our Early Success Program. Thank you to Annabella from Trade Marketing. Thank you. Hope you're having a wonderful 4th of July week. We'll be back next Thursday at our normal time. Until then, take care, everyone.